All right, welcome back to the Gentleman Juggcast. I'm Gentleman Jugg.
I'm Son.
Hey, so I thought we'd try to do something differently this week, where we actually review a new movie. And if you're reading the title, you pretty much know exactly what the movie is. What's the movie?
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. We got a lot to talk about on this movie. Now, I know we usually start off with doing wrestling stuff, so we're gonna do that right now.
Yeah.
So what did you want to talk about, son, about WWE? All we really watched was just SmackDown.
Yeah, because we talked about Raw last time.
Yeah, like the new Raw.
Now we're on the new SmackDown.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about?
Well, I guess on SmackDown we did have Kevin Owens fight Apollo Crews, and then he lost, and then Sami Zayn came in and was dancing on him.
Is that what you wanted to talk about? Him dancing?
Yeah, but then there was also Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan.
Were they dancing?
No.
No. No.
If Roman danced, Paul Heyman would call it the Tribal Shuffle.
I would welcome it. I'd welcome the Tribal Shuffle. I don't know. I saw Sami Zayn, come out there and dance to Kevin Owens, sitting there just rolling around in pain after getting that getting the thumb.
Yeah.
I know they call it it's like a spike or some shit like that. It's a thumb to the neck.
I mean, he got attacked by Dabba-Kato, but of course the commentator's like, "Who is this strange man?"
I mean, are they so that's what they're just calling him, this strange man? They don't call him by his name?
No, they just say, "Who is this guy? This strange man that's been helping Apollo Crews."
I don't know. I mean, it's like we don't know who it is. Like this isn't like back in the day when you could just change a wrestler, like where you have Fat Albert. No, it's not Fat Albert. It's Prince Albert. Who I believe is a trainer in WWE now, but he used to be just Prince Albert. He used to hang out with this other cat named Test, and they would go by TNA. And then he went away for like a while, and then came back as this Japanese dude named Lord Tensai. And you're like, well, no, that's fucking Albert right there. That's fucking Albert. Okay. We know, I mean, like, it's dumb, but we know that that's Dabba-Kato because we saw him not even a year ago on Raw Underground.
Getting destroyed by Braun Strowman.
Yeah, we saw this shit happen. Like, it's not even a surprise. It's like, we know who the fuck he is. He looks the same.
Yeah.
It's not like he got a new haircut. Like Braun Strowman got a new haircut since then, right?
Yeah.
But it's like the same guy. It's the same freaking guy. Now, I hope they do something with this guy because he honestly deserves to be, in the mix.
He's kind of like the Omos of SmackDown.
I could agree with that. I could, but it's just I'm okay with it. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen with this guy, but hopefully it lasts for a while and it gets better. I don't know. Seeing Apollo Crews with the belt after having changed into being heel, so far I'm enjoying it so far. So I'm cool with that. But other than that, I'm looking to see what's going to happen with Cesaro. It seems like he's going to go back to fighting Seth Rollins.
I think maybe he'll fight him one more time, then he'll move on to Roman. Yeah,
that's probably what's going to happen. They're kind of planting the seeds there. But like I say, I'm not really into Cesaro beating Roman Reigns for the title yet. I mean, I like Cesaro. I do want him to have the title. If he was fighting anybody else at this time, I'd be like, yeah, Cesaro should win. But if this is motherfucking Roman Reigns,
you can't beat him yet.
Nah.
He's got to at least hold the title until next WrestleMania.
I don't know about that, but I think Roman Reigns should hold it because last year, Roman Reigns is undefeated. He didn't get beat at all last year.
No one beat. He never got pinned.
No, it never happened. Not last year. And so far, he's still is on top, and I'm glad that he's still the champion. It's exactly what I was hoping for to happen in WWE. SmackDown is great. Raw, not so much.
He's got Roman's at least got to hold the title enough for Jimmy to come back. That way he can have Jimmy and Jey Uso attack the guy he's fighting.
I mean, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for Jimmy to come back. I mean, Jey has Jey Uso has like made himself be like, like he went from a tag team guy to a singles guy, and he's fine. It's like if he were to win the championship title, but yeah, I get it. Makes sense. But still, I want Jimmy to come back so that way we can freaking
get them tag team champions.
Yeah, I'm down. I just want to see it. That's what I like to see. But other than that, I mean, there's really nothing else that I really cared about on Raw or SmackDown this week.
Well, I guess it was just how Roman's going to fight Daniel Bryan like next SmackDown if Daniel loses.
Yeah, which is, whatever. I don't really care. Like I've seen it. I'm over it now. The allure has been lost on me. Daniel Bryan has done his thing. And I assume that because of this, it's like going to be like a retirement match for Daniel Bryan. Like he's like either A, he's not going to be on SmackDown anymore, or B, he's just done with WWE for a good while.
They'd be like, he's retiring. All of a sudden, he shows up on Raw.
Yeah, right. Hey, what's up? TNA wasn't hiring, so I'm back. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. I don't got anything else for WWE. It's fine. Like I said, SmackDown is good.
And Raw is just not.
And we're kind of like a little bit too far out there to talk about the next pay-per-view.
WrestleMania
Backlash. Yeah. I'm fine with that. Not really hyping it up right now. Not that much.
I mean, I guess on Raw, all they talk about is Drew and Bobby Lashley.
That's really it. I mean, like, do we even care? It comes on tonight, so I don't really even care too much about really what's going on, unless they're going to sit there and blow me away with anything to do with the women's division, anything to do with the Raw tag team division. Because where the fuck is AJ Styles and Omos? They don't
even want to be on the show.
They don't even want to be on the show. They might as well just drop it. This is like Braun Strowman, being a tag team partner with a fucking kid all over again. Okay? I don't care. So, it's like, show me something that I care about. I'm okay with Sheamus being the champion, but I want to see like a really good feud with Sheamus and whoever decides to challenge him for the championship. What it might be Humberto Carrillo.
Yeah.
Humberto Carrillo, I'm pretty sure it's probably him.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, like I don't know what's going to happen with that. He's probably going to sit there and freaking lose because Sheamus is going to want to be champion for a good while. So this is all for nothing, but whatever.
I guess, I mean, I don't even think Bray Wyatt's going to show up.
We have no idea, because like, look, I'm not even remotely intrigued by Alexa Bliss at all. I don't care what she does. I'm not interested at all what she does, unless it's going to be something that's going to sit there and be like, this needed to be the story that was told. I don't give a fuck about her. I don't give a fuck about her fucking doll. I don't care. The doll looks stupid to me. It's the stupidest thing ever. Unless that doll's going to sit there and freaking be like an alien face hugger and just like leap from the swing and jump on somebody's face and kill him, or I don't know, claw or whatever the fuck it's going to do, fine. But I don't buy the story that, it's wrestling. Why should I sit there and worry about realism? But I don't buy the story that she was just Alexa Bliss her entire fucking life. And then all of a sudden, her doll was in the background just freaking being a superpower, letting her freaking eat all the ice cream. I don't buy that.
And then shooting black goo.
Yeah, I don't buy it. and I don't care, and I suspect that she's going to be fucking doing stuff where it's like, well, this is dumb, and then this is dumb too. But Alexa Bliss is welcome to surprise me. So maybe she'll sit there and do something. Because, like, I tell you right now, the very first day that Bray Wyatt showed up as the Bray Wyatt he is now, I wasn't digging it. Like, the very first one, I was like, what the fuck is this? I thought it was going to be the stupidest thing. And then the second time I saw it, I was like, I know what this is about, and I am hooked. I know what this is about. So Alexa Bliss has not shown me that, and I never even wanted her to be with Bray Wyatt in the first place. I could care less. So,
I mean, all they really did with their story is just they didn't even let him beat Randy. They just made him lose.
I'm not even worried about that. I mean, look, wrestlers win and lose all the fucking time, and somebody like The Fiend should never fucking lose. However, my problem is that when they first started with Alexa Bliss being turned, I was like, okay, this is interesting. I'd like to see that. When he came after her after like she was like some kind of like slasher movie victim, I was into it. I was like, okay, where's this going to go? But then she started getting fucking turned, and I was like, okay, I want to see where it goes first. It seems interesting, but I just want to see where it goes first. And now it's so far off the rails from what I thought was going to happen. I don't give two shits. I don't care. Not even a third shit. I don't care. So she's welcome to surprise me. Maybe she'll do something, and we'll go from there. We'll see. So, but that's all I got about wrestling.
But not switch back to, okay, now we're switching back to Randy Orton and versus Fiend again.
Yeah, right.
They'll do it like the last week before Backlash. Fiend's like, I'm not done with you just yet.
It's dumb. I wouldn't worry about it. But what do you got next?
Well, now I got to talk about Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Now,
2021.
Yeah, because we spent the weekend watching these movies from my childhood. Both of these movies came out when I was a kid. Like Mortal Kombat, the first one came out when I was like 12.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
Yeah, and I saw that other one, Annihilation, with only my brother in theaters. What was it? I think it came out 2 years later. All right. Now, you watched those movies with me, and what did you think about the original Mortal Kombat movie?
Well, the original's really good.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. I thought it was great when it came out. To me, it still holds up as like one of two of the best video game movies of all time.
Yeah, because the second one's Mario.
No, it's not Mario. It is not Super Mario Brothers. I don't know where the fuck you were getting that. It is not Super Mario Brothers. Sorry. Okay. No. I don't know what it would be. I would assume Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, like, for me, Mortal Kombat's number one because it was like seeing it on the playing in video games at home. Now I'm seeing it on the screen. And it's almost exactly that. Maybe there are a few creative liberties taken here and there, but for the most part, a video game that's about a tournament fighter, all of a sudden, a movie about a tournament fighter. It's exactly what I was hoping for, and it's exactly what I got. And I love that movie. I must have wore that VHS tape out like crazy, But, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, not so much. You watched that one with me. What did you think about that real quick?
It's not as good.
No, it's not as good. I think it's one of the worst movies, not even just for video games, but like movies in general.
Maybe they should have included more of the CGI dragon.
You like that?
That was like one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
What'd you say after that? You said, I want more dragon.
I want more dragon.
I want more of the dragon because you didn't get enough. You didn't get a full plate of the dragon.
That should have been like an hour of just a dragon.
An hour? An hour? Well, you have to understand, like, CGI in movies was like not really as big as it is now.
Yeah.
Back then, so for them to do as long as they did, they spent some money on that. They spent at the time. For them to do as long as they had did, which is really all of like, I think 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's just they both fight, and then he falls off a cliff, but he has wings, but he can't fly.
Right, he just became a dragon. He does. You think he knows how to control those muscles yet? So I don't know. I'll watch it again. I have no problem. I'll probably sit down and watch it some other time today. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll watch it, but just skip to the dragon fight.
That's all you want to see. Just get to the dragon fight. I mean, I know the DVD, if I'm correct, the DVD knows how bad this movie is. So they're like, you came to see the fights. So here's an hour cut. It's just fights. Fight to fight to fight. You don't need to fucking learn about any of the other bullshit.
You even get to see the flip that Raiden does.
Yeah, the one where it just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, it just flips out of nowhere. Or when he first sees Shao Kahn, he just does the longest flip ever.
It was glorious. Anyways, so we got to get talking about 2021's Mortal Kombat. And at first, I wasn't going to spoil it, but I've now learned that I don't care.
Plans have changed.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen this movie, don't listen to this podcast, right?
Spoiler warning.
Yeah, it is a warning because I'm going to talk about this fucking movie as much as possible. Now, I didn't take as many notes because I was assuming I was going to sit there and only talk about it for like 30 minutes because we were going to do like a special podcast just for new movies, but no. So here we go. So the movie kicks off and I am in it. They are showing the Sub-Zero Scorpion duel. However, I'm wondering what the hell's going on here because I'm thinking like clans are way bigger. I saw this evident in the Mortal Kombat Legends, and just the basic mythology YouTube show. And so the clans were like really big. And you just kind of realize like these things are like so big that that Hanzo Hasashi, Scorpion, is actually a general. So you're like, this thing must be fucking huge. And then eventually, Scorpion or Sub-Zero's clan comes in and freaking, kills all of Sub-Zero's clan comes in and kills all of Scorpion's clan.
While Scorpion went to get some water.
Yeah, in this movie, and I'm like, I don't know. This seems like one of those instances where, like, okay, you want to make an Avenger-style movie based on Mortal Kombat, so what do? Okay, you have a Scorpion Sub-Zero movie, right?
Yeah.
That's what you fucking do. You sit there and go through all of their dynamic. You can then have a fucking Liu Kang movie. You can then have a Johnny Cage movie.
With The Miz.
I think The Miz could be Johnny Cage.
He already acts like him on WWE.
Might as well, just do it.
Maybe you could have John Morrison make an appearance.
As what? Like his friend?
Yeah.
Where they sing fucking hey, hey, ho, ho?
Yeah, and then he gets killed.
Yeah. So, I don't know. They come out. I always assumed because they always make it say that it was, Scorpion's wife and child who were killed by Sub-Zero. And he didn't have a third or second child. Okay, whatever. But we know the lore that Sub-Zero is not the one who's responsible for killing Scorpion's wife and kid.
Yeah.
It's Quan Chi.
The Kratos looking guy.
Yeah, you can say Kratos looking guy. You don't know the lore of Mortal Kombat that well. I know you don't, but I do. And it's supposed to be Quan Chi. And it just, they make it clear this is not Quan Chi. This is Sub-Zero.
Yeah. Like,
this is Baihan Sub-Zero. He came here and he killed Hanzo Hasashi Scorpion. I guess the way that Scorpion got his spear was fine. Whatever.
Cool.
It's fine. Whatever. And he kills a lot of guys and that's great and everything like that. But then he dies. And I was like, well, whatever. Now, the movie fast forwards from this point because I was in it. I was like, okay, I'm kind of in. I'm down. And then it fast forwards to showing, the dude Cole. What's his last name?
I don't know.
I don't remember his last name.
I'm just gonna call him Cole.
Cole. Yeah.
I think it's Cole Young. I don't know.
It is Cole Young. It's 100% Cole Young. Now, the actor is playing him. I didn't write down any notes about this movie, about anything, because I wasn't going to talk about it that much. But I've seen him in other things, and he's pretty good. This is not that time. Okay? He comes out, and I'm like, he's playing a different character. And at this point, I'm just upset. I'm like, this could be solved very easily if you sit there and freaking either name this guy Liu Kang or Johnny Cage. Okay? We don't need a whole brand new character.
No, they're like, we need a brand new character.
Yeah, Cole Young. There you go. Boom. And he's supposed to be our way into the story, and I just could care less.
I was just like, I want to look at Liu Kang more.
Right? So after this, he's fighting. He fights a guy. They say, don't tap out. He taps out.
So
and
he's not a good fighter.
Yeah, you assume he's not a good fighter, but whatever. So after the fight, this dude comes up to him. This black dude comes up to him, and my first thought was like, is that fucking Jimmy Olsen from Supergirl? That was the first thought I had. I couldn't stop myself from thinking that. Fucking Jimmy Olsen. No shit. So it is him, played by Mihad Brooks. Mihad, I don't know how to say his name. Brooks, and I was like, son of a bitch. That's fucking him.
Oh, when you leave Supergirl, you got to go somewhere.
Yeah, so he went to go play Jax, which, look, I wouldn't be upset with that. Yes, fucking play Jax. I would, right?
Yeah.
If I had the opportunity, since I'm a black dude, I might as well fucking play Jax if I can. Why not? But I would have rather Michael Jai White. But whatever, that's my personal preference. I don't care. So after that, you see Sub-Zero, and he basically comes in looking like the Terminator, the Tyrant, whatever slow-moving person decides to walk towards his prey and throw powers at him. He's that guy.
Yeah.
And it looks cool. I'm not gonna deny it. It looks cool. And then later on, when they sit there and freaking have Jax and him fight, the fight looks cool. I'm into it. And I thought it was dope.
Yeah.
And then you sit there and you freaking have Cole go to meet Sonya Blade. And in her trailer is Kano. And the dude playing Kano, for me, is the best character in the whole fucking movie.
That's true, actually.
For me, that's what I thought. I was like, this guy is fucking awesome. I like this guy.
He probably had the most personality.
The best jokes. He was fucking awesome. I thought it was great.
I feel like this felt like more like his movie.
It really did. Because Sonya is I never would buy Sonya into sitting there believing over the years that her and Jax would sit there and figure out Mortal Kombat and what's going on and things of that nature. And I feel like those two would be like, this is some bullshit. This is stupid. Somebody like Liu Kang or even motherfucking Cole should be like, oh, Mortal Kombat is this fucking tournament. It does this and blah, blah. And it's like, okay, whatever. But Sonya's the way in to telling us about what happens with Mortal Kombat. Fine. Okay. So while this is all going on, Reptile shows up.
Doesn't even look like Reptile.
Reptile has changed over the years. So he went from looking like just a regular ninja to eventually looking like an actual lizard. So whatever. Kano does his finishing move on him where he rips his heart out. It's all good.
Cool.
Okay. Not even complaining. When they start to freaking go to where Raiden's temple is, where the rest of the movie takes place.
That's kind of yeah.
Yeah, it's like most of the rest of the movie takes place because we're in Act 2 at this point in time, and they're sitting there freaking going to like Raiden's temple. I guess it's the Order of Light, and as they almost get there, Liu Kang shows up for the first time, and this guy is not Liu Kang to me. I just don't feel the Liu Kang presence from him. Like Robin Shu from the Mortal Kombat movies that we saw.
Yeah.
He, for me, feels like Liu Kang.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, he's too old. The last time he played Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat, it was like in 95, 25 years ago, 26 years ago, so, that guy felt like Liu Kang to me. This guy does not feel like Liu Kang at all in the slightest.
And, I mean, not really. He kind of just threw fireball.
Yeah, and the game's since Mortal Kombat 9 kind of like been giving Liu Kang more of a back seat, as like who's the actual guy who's like should be the focus of the story.
I mean, who's it like now? Because like I noticed like Liu Kang. Well, I mean, in the last game it was Liu Kang because he beat the big bad.
Yeah, I mean he did, but he was like taking a back seat for a long time until that moment.
Yeah. Why doesn't Johnny Cage ever get to beat anybody?
I don't know. He sure as hell didn't beat anybody in this movie. So
he wasn't even here.
He wasn't even here. But Liu Kang shows up, and the way he says hello is by hitting you with a fireball.
Hi.
Yeah, he just hit Kano with a fireball out of the fucking blue. Like, Liu Kang don't know him. Kano don't know Liu Kang. And he just like, hey, and just like hits him with a fireball. Like, bro, what the fuck? You just say hi with that? Okay, whatever. So,
and I'm like, I was agreeing with Kano. Kano's like, what's your problem, dude?
I know. What is your problem? I agree with Kano. What the fuck is your problem? So, fucking, they go back to the fucking cave. The cave. And we learn that all the characters have powers based on this tattoo that they, or not, it's like a birthmark that they have from birth, which is how birthmarks work. And I forget what the thing is called. What's it called? It starts with an A. Arcana?
I think it's Arca or Arcana.
Yeah, whatever that is. They all have an Arcana because they all have the Mortal Kombat birthmark. So that allows them to have their powers.
Yeah, so,
Okay. Now, I'm okay with the montage that they had. Where they're sitting there doing things like, Liu Kang sweeps Kano. I don't know. You don't know this joke, but Liu Kang sat there and swept Kano's legs 3 times, right?
Yeah.
That was a valid move if you didn't know how to do anything in the actual Mortal Kombat game. You would just sweep the leg until they figured out how to stop it. Stop sweeping the leg, figure out how to stop it. That kind of thing. Because it was an overpowered move at the time where you could just do it, and even if you're crouching and blocking, sometimes it would still freaking get you. So that was a joke in the game, in the movie, that was a reference to what you could do in the games, at least 1 through 3. Okay, and maybe Ultimate and Trilogy. So we get to that point where they're trying to sit there and learn how to freaking do their powers. You see Kung Lao, you see freaking Liu Kang doing their shit. Later on there comes an appearance by freaking Shang Tsung and his fighters, where
then Raiden just shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna lock it down, close the garage door, and just fucking done.
He's like, he's like, all right, guys, keep training.
Keep training. These guys aren't a threat because I'm a god, and Shang Tsung is sitting here fucking fighting to kill all of you guys before the tournament even happens, and none of this fucking matters, and I don't even care. I was bored. I was like, I'm almost about to fucking fade on this. Yeah, I'm falling asleep.
I was kind of the same way.
Yeah, I was like, I'm falling asleep in this.
I had to sit. I was like laying down then I had to sit in my chair because I was gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to watch. I don't care. Yeah. So
Raiden's like, just stay in my temple, guys.
Yeah. We'll keep talking about Mortal Kombat in a minute. Hey, you guys, sorry to stop here in the middle of whatever fantastic point that I was about to make about whatever it is you're listening to, but I got to talk to you about this week's sponsor, Anchor FM. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Look, I've been doing this podcast for probably about a little while, and this app is actually very, very, very easy to use. It's been a lot of fun for me and Son to sit there and record. So why don't you get started with anchor.fm? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Now back to the podcast. So after all that kind of stuff, then freaking people start learning their powers. Well, at least one of them does. Just Kano. He gets pissed off and all of a sudden his laser comes out of his eye.
I mean, that's why he's the best character, because he learns his powers first.
Yeah. And look, I'm all about Kano learning to have a laser in his eye.
Yeah.
But the problem is that it has to be that freaking metal eye. Like it just comes out of his eye like he's fucking Superman or whoever. Also shoots lasers from their eyes. Supergirl.
Cyborg.
Yeah. He can just do it, bio-organically. And it's just dumb. I'm like, no, he has the fucking other eye, so that way he can fucking shoot the laser out of that. That's what makes sense. It's dumb here to me. I didn't like it.
It's like, like Liu Kang said, your Arcana power. You unlocked it.
You say it like that?
Yeah.
Your Arcana power is unlocked. I don't recall him sounding like that, but whatever. I don't know. I wasn't into that. I thought it was dumb. I couldn't stand it. I was like, this is dumb. This is fucking stupid.
Then Raiden walks in. He's like, oh yeah, Sonya Blade, you don't have the tattoo. You're useless.
Yeah, you can't do shit.
He's like, go walk into like the cafeteria or something.
Go walk into traffic.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what is Raiden doing, because like after that they just show him sitting in a dark room just staring at the wall.
Yeah. He's probably meditating, but it looks stupid. Now I'm not taking that away from you. So
it just looks like he's waiting for the movie to end.
I'm waiting for the movie to end. Okay? That's how bad it was. I'm waiting for this fucking thing to end. Please be over. So
we haven't even got to the worst part yet.
Eventually, Cabal shows up. Now, I've heard on the internet, some people don't like how Cabal talks. I thought I was enjoying it. I like how he fucking talks.
Yeah.
But I get why some people don't like it. He did say stupid shit, but the end result was he turned Kano back to the dark side, which Kano never was in the light side, but
he's like, so Kano, you want some money? Yeah, dude.
Yeah, take that money that you want. Okay, think of a number, take that number, and then fucking come over here and double it, and then double it again. It's stupid. It's the stupidest fucking thing, but I was like, I'm in, whatever.
It's basically thug like Darth Vader.
It might as well be, because he didn't show any skin, but that's because we know Kano's story. Well, we know his story, but anybody coming into watching this movie for the first time has no idea who the fuck this is and what he does or any of that bullshit. They think Cole is in the motherfucking games. Okay? So
I think Cole's actually the main character.
Yeah, well, in this movie he is. Okay, so Kano freaking destroys the garage door opener that Raiden's put up into place.
Even though Raiden cast a spell and not an opener generator.
Well, the spell was like generated from like this dragon's head thing. Okay, and so Kano destroys that thing. And then all of a sudden, the fighters come in and they start freaking, they interrupt everybody's training and they fucking start fighting. And
Raiden doesn't show up for a while.
He doesn't show up, it's like, Shang Tsung is breaking rules. You can't break rules back.
He could have just shown up and like, I'm coming for you, Shang Tsung. Then he does a super dramatic flip.
I don't know. It was ridiculous to me. I couldn't believe it. It's just, I'm like, okay, fine. So they're all fighting, and freaking Kung Lao gets gets his soul taken by freaking Shang Tsung.
And Shanks doesn't even say it cool. He doesn't even say, I'm gonna take your soul.
No, your soul is mine.
Or he's he just dies.
takes it. And did you even feel anything?
No, I don't even know who that character was in this movie.
Kung Lao?
No, I mean, like, he didn't really do anything in this movie.
He did one thing. You know, he took a couple fights at Kano, and then, or sparring matches with Kano, and then, you know, clearly came in like Superman, like, I'm better than all of you guys, and I walk around like my shit don't stink because I am a descendant of Kung Lao, whatever.
Well, he's dead.
Yeah, dead, gone, don't care. Didn't care at all. So then Cole feels all fucking sad and shit, and Raiden's like, you know what, just fucking go home. So he fucking went home. Okay? He didn't sit there and have that superhero moment where he's like, you know what? No. I can fucking push past my problems and I can do this.
No, he's like,
all right, fine, I'm going home. So he went home.
He went home.
And then during this time, like before this part in the movie, fucking Goro is shown in shadow. So now Goro is like, all right, well, let's go and fucking kill Cole because we got to kill these guys, you know, so that they can't show for the tournament. A valid plan. So Goro goes to freaking Cole's, I want to say a barn?
Yeah, he just breaks out.
And just freaking goes into his barn and starts fucking fighting Cole in front of his house. And now I've seen Goro sit there and fight in a barn. Okay. All right.
Now I've seen Goro fight in like a dark barn.
In a dark barn, you know. Look, and the CGI on Goro wasn't really bad.
Nah.
It actually is pretty good. Okay. It's not levels of Wonder Woman 84, okay?
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It's not like Mortal Kombat 95 or no. That was okay CGI for the time. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, that was a diaper fire. This is not that level, okay? It's actually pretty good. I actually was like, Goro is like really there.
Yeah.
So this entire time while they were training, you know, Cole couldn't get his, is it Arcana?
Yeah, Luke King's
he couldn't get that shit to work.
Yeah, Luke King's like, you gotta get your Arcana to work.
Yeah, like, you're a fucking failure, Cole.
He even said he was a failure.
He said he was a failure. You're a fucking failure, okay? If you can't do this shit, you are a failure.
And Raiden says, just go home.
Yeah, and so he went home. He fights Goro in the middle of the fight. You know, I'm like, they really want to push this guy Cole. They really wanted to push this guy Cole. Why? Because then Cole's Arcana shows up. And was it literal plot armor?
Yeah.
Fucking plot armor. And get this fucking guy plot armor. Are you shitting me?
He's the main character. He needs it. It makes sense. He's the main character in this movie.
It looks like basket weaving furniture or some shit.
It's funny how like it only covers up like his chest. He doesn't even get a helmet.
Well, it probably covers his whole body, but we can only see it from the stomach up. So
they gave him plot armor.
They gave him. I've never seen plot armor visually represented ever. I saw that shit, and I'm like, okay.
And then he gets punched in the armor, doesn't move.
Dude, the armor has like the qualities of vibranium from fucking Black Panther.
It's like
you get punched in it, and you're and the armor glows.
Even Black Panther's armor wasn't this plot armor like.
It still glowed. It glowed purple, but it glowed. And so the idea is that it glows and it glows and it glows, and you can eventually fucking use it to they didn't say that's what it does, but that's what it fucking did. It glowed until he fucking did the classic uppercut, which I'm like, no, that uppercut is supposed to be Scorpion's uppercut. Because when you fucking threw the spear and get over here, you did the fucking uppercut. That's what you did.
Or if you were Sub-Zero, you'd freeze him and then do the uppercut.
Yes. And that's what should have happened. And that they gave it to Cole. Fuck you, Cole.
He's like, all right, I got my plot armor. Now I'm gonna steal this uppercut.
I was very upset by that. And then what happens? Goro gets jobbed out to fucking Cole.
The guy who can't fight.
He obviously can. He's got plot armor. It's the strongest fucking power in the movie.
He went from not tapping out to some random guy in a cage to wearing plot armor and beating Goro.
he beats Goro, and Goro dies, and that's it for Goro. So then, he goes back to the cave, and
He's like, okay, Raiden, I'm back. I have my plot armor now.
yeah, and it's at that moment that they're like, hey, we got to go and freaking try to see if we can fight all these guys again. So
I think also Raiden tells Cole that he tells him that he's like the descendant of Scorpion.
yeah, dumb. I'm sitting there thinking, this is the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah,
this is dumb.
Raiden's like, see, I knew you could find yourself. You just had to fall down a little bit
and grow some plot armor.
Like,
now you're unstoppable.
And he's like, oh yeah, you're also the Scorpion's descendant.
Yeah. The characters here just don't do it for me. They may look like the characters, they may talk like the characters, but they don't have the character's personality.
They ain't. Ain't that
it's
character.
Like, that looks like Scorpion. And yeah, okay, I'll give you Scorpion or I'll give you Sub-Zero. They look and act and talk, walk and talk like them. They got that personality. But most of the characters, Liu Kang and everybody else,
like Raiden, Shang Tsung,
yeah, they don't fucking act like them. You see Melina here and you're like, where the fuck is Katana?
Oh, well, the same place that Johnny Cage went.
It's like Scorpion and Sub-Zero. You don't get to show one without showing the other. And so you show Melina but no Katana, eat a dick.
You show Sonya Blade but not Johnny Cage?
Eat a dick. It is what it is. And I got really upset with it. So then later on in the fucking movie, once the fucking, cave has been completely fucking taken over, what's her name? Nitara comes out. She's like an MK5 character, I think, 5 or 6. She comes out and doesn't do anything. She just gets fucking,
destroyed,
whatever. So that was like when Kung Lao was still alive. Remember that? That was dumb. But so Raiden takes everybody to the Void, which is where they all could have been safe anyways, right?
The Void.
So
Mike, what were you doing, Raiden? So when they attacked, you were nowhere to be found. You're like just sitting in your dark room staring at the wall. You hear them screaming and attacking like, I don't know.
I don't want to be part of that. Guys, I'm just going to go hang out in the Void and jerk off for a while. So that's what he fucking did. He was just in the Void, just jerking his thunder dick and just being a tool, And so after all this, Cole says the most inspirational lines in the movie. We got to split them up, take them on one at a time in different locations. We control the fight.
And I have plot armor.
Yeah, so we're going to win this, right? Yeah, of course we are. So what do they do? They sit there and fucking send Jax to go fight Rico on the pit. Okay, now what happens in the pit, Jalen?
You punch someone and they fall. They go like 20 feet in the air and then they land on a bunch of spikes in the bottom.
That's what happens.
But here,
no, we're going to go ahead and give you Jax's fatality. And look, I'm not upset with that, but you don't fucking do it on the pit.
You don't do the pit without doing the 20 feet in the air and falling on spikes and dying.
Exactly. You don't fucking do that.
They didn't even show the bottom. They just showed the bridge.
They showed some of the bottom. You could see a little bit of it. If you looked, you could see it. But it's like, this is dumb. I don't care.
Why would you show the spikes and not use them?
It's dumb. So somebody still died there, and it was him. Because, after Jax had his baby arms, his power is to fucking be a technomorph or whatever the fuck it is. Where he can all of a sudden make, big boy arms. Whatever.
Plot arms?
No. Might as well have been, but no. Then fucking Sonya fucking takes on Kano and she kills him.
Stabs him in the eye. Done.
Stabs him in the eye, his laser comes through. And I'm like, okay.
And you just killed the best character.
Yeah, so now she gets to have the fucking, dragon symbol. And now she gets to fucking have a power. And what is her power? Her fucking power rings.
She shoots purple stuff.
Yeah, she shoots it right through freaking Melina, and that kills Melina.
And then when Cole asks her, how'd you get that power? Oh, this is Kano's power. And
I took that.
I'm like, no, he shot a red laser from his eye.
Yeah, so now I fucking shoot power rings. That's what I do. And they kill people. Okay? So whatever. Cabal gets killed by Liu Kang. Liu Kang does his fatality, which is a giant dragon.
I mean, I guess it looked cool.
Yeah, it looked cool. Looked much better than anything Annihilation did. So,
well, they still can't do that. They still can't do that CGI dragon fight, right?
Yeah. So, but whatever, And then fucking, Sub-Zero. I don't remember how Sub-Zero and Cole got to where they got to, but
I don't remember a lot of this movie.
Yeah, I don't remember how they got there because I'm trying to forget it, and I probably will forget it again.
I was falling asleep.
But they did manage to freaking get into, it seemed like a gym locker.
It was the same place where Cole lost his first fight.
And now it's all iced out. So what happens here?
Oh, I remember now. That's right, because Sub-Zero attacked Cole's family. And then somehow...
That's right. He attacked Cole's family and he froze them and they didn't die. Which I'm like, Sub-Zero has been a tank this entire fucking movie. Why wouldn't you sit there and fucking, freeze him and kill him?
You can't kill the family of the guy who has plot armor.
That's almost like they have plot armor. So whatever. They end up fucking fighting and Cole's getting his ass whooped. And it seems like every single time he tries to sit there and freaking get away from Sub-Zero, who is tanking his ass, he has to stop and fucking go and punch at the ice and do no fucking damage to the ice. He's punching ice off of this family. Just one member, because it's not like they're not both dying. But he punches ice off one member and it's doing nothing. And then Sub-Zero comes back and fucking beats ass. Right. And then he goes back and he freaking like, I'm going to keep punching the ice doing nothing.
Yeah, well, Cole doesn't have to worry about Sub-Zero. He has plot armor. He doesn't have to worry about him.
Well, he had plot armor because then Scorpion comes back through Cole somehow. I thought that Cole was going to turn into Scorpion. That's what I thought. And I don't think it would have been any cooler than what did happen, which was Scorpion just came back. He's
like, oh, I'm finally in this movie. Yeah,
I'm back now. And so they sit there and fucking do all the trailer shots where they sit there and fucking fight and do their things, and it's fine, and everything's okay, and it's all cool.
And then Cole's like, wait, I want to help you too. My family's dying, but I want to help.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and help you fight, but at the same time, I'm going to go back to the ice and just keep chipping away at the ice.
So he just likes punching the ice and doing no damage. He's just
sitting there shitting on the ice, and I'm just like, okay, stop with the ice. It's not working. Let the guy who actually has fire powers heal and fucking fire ice. Why don't you fucking go fight Sub-Zero and then let Scorpion fucking get your family out of the ice?
Yeah, because...
And then you can come back and fucking beat Sub-Zero's ass.
Yeah, let him fight you because you're not going to die with your plot armor.
Yeah, and so then at some point in time, Sub-Zero decides to take his fucking armor off. I don't know why, but he took it off.
He's like, oh no, my plot armor's too strong.
I got to take it off, And he took it off, and that's why Sub-Zero died, because Scorpion killed him because he had no plot armor. And then he fucking... The dumbest thing is Scorpion keeps taking his fucking mask off to talk. I get taking your mask off to fucking shoot fire, which is what he did to Sub-Zero. But then he kept taking his mask off to talk. I'm like, but why?
You can talk.
Why?
With the mask on.
I mean, he said, get over here.
Get over here.
But whatever. I don't even know what the mask is hanging on to, but it doesn't fucking matter. Because
after he beats Sub-Zero, he just leaves.
Yeah, he's just like, all right, so I'm out. I'm just going to go that way or whatever.
He melted his family out of the ice, and he's like, I'm done. I don't want to be in this movie anymore.
I'm good. I done what I needed to do. And then immediately after that, fucking the rest of the Mortal Kombat cast comes into the same area.
Somehow.
Yeah. Well, no, because Raiden brought them there. And then Shang Tsung's like, death isn't the end, which means I'm like, okay, so none of this mattered. It means you're going to take all the characters and somehow bring them back. Okay, fine, whatever. And then immediately sits there and fucking keeps talking like he's going to sit there and do something to Raiden. I'm coming back with armies this time, son. So I'm going to fuck all of you guys up. And Raiden's like, get out, and banishes him. I'm like, fucking Raiden, why didn't you do that in the beginning?
Why didn't you just... He's like, no, I gotta put a force field up.
Why didn't you do that in the beginning? You had the fucking whole time. This was an option.
You could have just done that.
He could have just done that in the beginning.
Then we wouldn't have to suffer through this movie.
It means that I can't even formulate the proper sentence.
It means that Raiden just saw all this happening. He's like, I think they got it.
I could stop this, but I'm not gonna.
He's like, let's do a force field instead. That looks cool, right, guys?
It's like you could have banished him no matter what. And he's like, he talks too much, and I'm like, shut up. He's like, shut your mouth. I don't want to hear from you anymore, Raiden. You are a jackass.
He talks too much.
You had the opportunity to sit there and fucking stop all this from happening, and yet you sat there and just watched it play out.
Just like, go home, Cole. He's like, I can stop this, but you need to go home.
Whatever. I don't know.
I mean, Raiden could have just told them all to go home and just shot Shang Tsung and just banished him. But instead, he's like, I'm going to wait till the end of the movie.
When everybody's done everything and, whatever. It's all dumb to me. Look, the fights were great. I enjoyed the fights. I did.
It's everything else.
It's just the story didn't make any fucking sense to me. And then the movie ends with fucking, saying, Raiden saying he's gonna fucking go and make a list of new people to freaking bring in.
I'm like, you weren't doing anything this entire movie.
You could have made this list no matter what. I don't care.
You could have just been sitting in your dark room making this list instead of staring at the wall.
Whatever. So the first person on the list apparently is Johnny Cage. And you don't see it. You don't see him, but you see a poster of Johnny Cage's fucking belt, and it says Citizen Cage, which is one of the movies that was talked about in Mortal Kombat 9, which is fine. I'm not upset with that part, but it's like this Cole character could have easily been Johnny Cage. Put him as a failed Hollywood actor. He could still have a family. I don't really care,
But instead, it's like, no. See, Cole is the character who has literal plot armor.
I don't know. It just... Technically, every character had literal plot armor because, they're all... Shang Tsung said it in the very end. Like, death isn't the end. It's another portal.
Even Sub-Zero had plot armor. He lost because he took it off.
Yeah, but Sub-Zero is going to come back. We know Sub-Zero is going to come back as fucking Noob Saibot. So, his plot armor is that he had to die so he could go to hell and become Noob Saibot and be back.
With more plot armor.
Yeah, which, then he won't fucking be able to... I don't care.
Couldn't they just call this movie has like nothing but just plot armor? And then there's so much that the main character has literal plot armor.
I did not like this movie. I'm all over the place today. Look, I didn't truly hate the movie. It is, I will say this, it's better than Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Okay. As far as Mortal Kombat movies go. Ain't nobody touching the first Mortal Kombat movie. If they're going to keep making shit like this, ain't nobody touching that. Now, I hear that there's like 3 or 4 more movies supposed to come up in this universe.
No.
Which, look, I'm fine with. Whatever. But this movie right here...
Not a great start.
Not to me. It had the look and the feel and the tone that I was looking for in a Mortal Kombat movie. But the story did not make any motherfucking sense.
And the characters' personalities.
I didn't feel the characters at all in their personalities at all. This woman is Sonya only by name. This guy is freaking, Liu Kang only by name. This other guy is Kung Lao only by name. Raiden only by name.
Only by name.
Yeah, that's it. So for me, for this movie, I got to give it a 2.
Yeah, I was thinking 2 as well.
I couldn't. For me, it's the lowest 2 that I can give it without being a 1.
Yeah.
Like literally 2.00.
Yeah.
The lowest 2 I could possibly give. So
we went from our last review where we gave the movie like the highest 5 to the lowest 2.
Yeah. Blade 2 was awesome. This movie
isn't.
For I really feel like, like they needed another couple of passes with the script, tighten up some characters, make some shit all right.
They could have given us more of what the beginning was.
Yeah, and don't necessarily do freaking fatalities on characters that need to be in the next movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot something. Every time someone did a fatality, one of the characters would be like, "Ooh, flawless victory. Ooh, fatality."
Yeah, dumb shit like that.
I'm like, oh, okay. But when I watched the first Mortal Kombat movie,
it's only Shang Tsung.
Yeah, and he says that he sounds cool.
Yeah. I don't know. The Shang Tsung in this movie, I just did not dig him at all.
He barely even talked.
Ain't nobody gonna sit there and freaking take on the dude. I know his name. I just can't say his name properly. I'm gonna fuck it up. But he played Shang Tsung perfectly, flawlessly.
He's basically like the character from the game put on the screen.
Yeah, pretty much. Whereas this guy, I didn't like him at all, and he can stay gone.
He was kind of like Raiden in this movie, where they both just sit in the dark and don't say anything until like the end.
I mean, they said stuff, but it just wasn't meaningful.
No.
So I guess when you say don't say anything, they didn't really say anything of meaning. So, but whatever. That was our
Raiden's biggest line in this movie is he talked too much.
Yeah. So that was our review of the Mortal Kombat 2021 movie. To me, it was dumb. I gave it a 2. You gave it a 2.
The lowest 2.
Yeah, I'm not into it. You're not into it. But if they come up with another one, I'm gonna watch it. So
and they should make the.
They've already got my money, and I didn't even like it. So maybe this will be like Resident Evil, where I can't stop watching them, even though I know they're bad. So
even Resident Evil's a little bit better.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't really thought too much about it, but maybe I will. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode, but be sure to please check us out on, or at least check me out on, Gentleman Jugg on YouTube.
He even has voice now.
Yeah, at least on one video. I'm playing Resident Evil 8 when it comes out, and I played the Resident Evil 8 demos, and they're all on there. Check out the Gentleman Jugg Twitter account at Gentleman Jugg. Check out the Gentleman Jugg Instagram. I'm getting better on doing that. And that's going to be an episode. Thanks very much. Take it easy. The next episode will be out when it's ready.
When it's ready. Well, I want you to say that.
You had one fucking job.
Well, I wanted you to say it this
time.
You had
one
It would make this
fucking job.
It would make this one sound different from the others if you said it.
Yeah, I'm sitting there looking at you like, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. You didn't do shit.
I wanted you to say it this time. When's
the episode coming out?
It's coming out soon.
I'm done.
It's coming out.